Prime Minister Narendra Modi shared, marking the historic milestone of 1,000 years since the first attack on Somnath in 1026 AD. PM Modi emphasized that despite repeated assaults over centuries, Somnath continues to stand tall as a symbol of India's enduring spirit. Located along Gujarat's coastline, Somnath is revered as the first of the 12 Jyotirlingas dedicated to Lord Shiva. Over the centuries, the temple has witnessed repeated destruction and reconstruction. Vice President C.P. Radhakrishnan on Monday inaugurated the NCC Republic Day Camp 2026 at Delhi Cantonment, highlighting the importance of youth-led nation building. He was accorded a Guard of Honour by all the three wings of the National Cadet Corps, NCC. The Vice President addressed over 2,400 cadets from across India and spoke on the NCC's growing role in shaping disciplined, responsible citizens. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar is in Paris as part of his 6-day official visit to France and Luxembourg, aimed at deepening bilateral ties. The minister visited a textile exhibition titled Textile Matters, Woven Stories Between India and France. He was received by French Minister Aeronautics at the exhibition. The Indian Coast Guard ship Samudra Pratap, the first of two pollution control vessels built by Goa Shipyard Limited, was commissioned by the Defence Minister Rajnath Singh in Goa on Monday. While addressing the commissioning ceremony, Defence Minister said that the commissioning of Samudra Pratap will elevate maritime capabilities of India. On Monday, the Supreme Court rejected the bail plea by activists Omar Khalid and Sharjeel Imam in the larger conspiracy case related to February 2020 Northeast Delhi riots. Union Home Minister Amit Shah attended the Modi Pongal festival in Trichy, Tamil Nadu, where traditional Pongal celebrations highlighted local culture and customs. The Bharatiya Janata Party organized the Modi Pongal festival at the Mannarpuram grounds in Trichy, where Pongal sweet rice was cooked in 1008 pots. Several union ministers, along with senior BJP leaders from Tamil Nadu, participated in the event. Minister of Road Transport and Highways Nitin Gadkari reviewed 25 national highway projects in Uttarakhand, totaling 656 kilometers in length and costing 13,783 crore rupees at a meeting held in New Delhi on Monday. Uttarakhand Chief Minister Pushkar Singh Dhami was also present at the meet. The winter session of the Delhi Legislative Assembly began on Monday and will continue till the 8th of Jan. During the session, discussions will be held on various issues. Lieutenant Governor of Delhi, Vinay Kumar Saxena, announced that this year the government allocated a budget of 1 lakh crore rupees, focusing on all 10 key priority sectors, including infrastructure, education, health, women's welfare, water supply, electricity, roads and others. Minister of State for Science and Technology, Dr. Jitendra Singh, attended the 80th Foundation Day function of CSIR, National Physical Laboratory, as the chief guest in New Delhi on Monday. Delhi AIIMS, with support from the Central Reserve Police Force, has operationalized the ASHRAE facility, an initiative aimed at This is ASHRAE facility. This is an initiative aimed at providing safe shelter to patients and their attendants at night. India's Chief of the Army Staff, General Upendra Dwivedi, has embarked on an official visit to the United Arab Emirates and Sri Lanka from the 5th to 8th of January. The visit aims to strengthen India's defence cooperation. A two-day Aeronautics 2047 National Seminar in Bengaluru was inaugurated by Air Chief Marshal A.P. Singh. It brings together experts from across India's aerospace ecosystem. India's Agriculture Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan said on Sunday that India's rice production crossed 150 million tons in 2025, making it the world's leading producer, surpassing China in output. Education Minister Dwivedi Pradhan released a book on Prime Minister Narendra Modi, published by National Council for Promotion of Urdu Language. India's Minister of Electronics and Information Technology, Ashwini Vaishnav, in a social media post said that electronics production in the country increased 6 times and exports have grown 8 times in the last 11 years. The minister highlighted that Apple shipped mobile phones worth $50 billion last year. Indian benchmark indices ended on a negative note, with Nifty below 26,250 today. Nifty 50 was down 78 points at 26,250. The Sensex at the Bombay Stock Exchange declined 322 points at 85,440 on Monday. At the Forex market, Indian Rupee closed lower at 90 rupees 28 paise against the US dollar on Monday. Gold futures maturing on the 5th of February were priced at 137,896 rupees per 10 grams on the multi-commodity exchange. Silver futures for February 5th maturity stood at 245,500 rupees per kilo on the MCX. Oil prices fell on Monday, with Brent crude futures down 50 cents to $60.26 a barrel as concerns about supply disruptions due to the US capture of Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro are on the rise. Japan's benchmark Nikkei share jumped nearly 3% on Monday during its first trading session of 2026. The Nikkei added 2.8% at 51,738. Hundreds of companies showcased their latest gadgets and tech innovations in Las Vegas ahead of the tech industry trade show opening on Tuesday. CES 2026 is set to run from January 6th to 9th. Syrians started to swap old banknotes for new ones under a plan to replace Assad-era notes to try to strengthen the currency's value. In Britain, new regulations come into force on Monday, banning daytime TV and online adverts for junk foods to tackle childhood obesity. Health officials said that it will deliver around $2.7 billion in health benefits. On to international news now. US President Donald Trump has asserted that US needs Greenland for its national security. France on Monday reiterated its support of the sovereignty and territorial integrity of Denmark and Greenland following renewed threats by Trump to take over Greenland. Trump on Sunday said that the United States might launch a second military strike on Venezuela following the capture of President Nicolas Maduro if Venezuela does not cooperate. Colombian President Gustavo Petro warned the US against what he called illegitimate threats on Monday. Captured Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro and his wife are due to appear in a US court on Monday on federal criminal charges, including narco-terrorism conspiracy. Venezuela's Vice President Delcy Rodriguez, who has taken over as interim leader, has said that she has offered to collaborate with the United States. US Secretary of State Marco Rubio defended the military activity and said congressional approval wasn't required as it was a law enforcement operation, not a prolonged invasion of a foreign country. Meanwhile, people rallied against Trump's military actions in many US cities, and Venezuelan citizens took to the streets in Peru and other nations to celebrate the capture of Nicolas Maduro. The United Nations Security Council will hold an emergency meeting on Monday to discuss the recent capture of the Venezuelan president by the US under the agenda Threats to International Peace and Security. The head of Venezuela's military, Vladimir Padrino Lopez, said large part of President Nicolas Maduro's security team was killed in the US raid military operations. The Cuban government said on Sunday that 32 of its citizens were killed during a US raid in Venezuela. Trump said Iran may face consequences if more protesters die during demonstrations, which has erupted after rising cost of living crisis. Iran has announced a major increase in government subsidies to ease the impact of rising prices, with monthly subsidies to rise from 3 million riyals to 10 million riyals per household. 2 people were killed after an overnight airstrike on Kiev and nearby areas was reported. Ukraine said that the strike triggered a fire at a medical facility in Obolonsky district. 3 of Moscow's 4 major airports were temporarily closed on Sunday after Ukraine launched dozens of drones targeting the Russian capital and caused significant flight disruptions. At least 30 people were killed and several others abducted when gunmen attacked a market in Nigeria's Niger state. North Korea conducted a hypersonic missile test on Sunday to evaluate its military readiness and deterrence capability. Leader Kim Jong-un described the test as a crucial strategic measure to sustain and strengthen a credible nuclear deterrent. South Korean and Chinese companies signed 9 memorandums of understanding to boost business cooperation on Monday. Portugal's 2026 presidential election is set for January 18th, and all polls indicate that a second round looks almost certain because no candidate is expected to win an outright majority in the first round. A suspected arson attack on a bridge led to an extensive power outage in Teltow Canal in southwestern Berlin, with thousands of households still without electricity. We're heading into a short break here on Express News. We'll be back in just a bit. Stay tuned to DD India.
Can the US launch a bombing campaign against Iran? The Philippines vessel suffered structural damage. The saga of child sexual abuse is the United States China's debt trap strategy. Truth is stranger than fiction. But sometimes hard to uncover. Trust us to tell the truth, unadulterated and pure, of every story that matters to you.
Exactly what you save your.
You read between the lines, cut the clutter, and connect the dots to get you the full picture. Watch Connecting the Dots at these times with me, only on DD India.
Welcome back. You're watching Express News on DD India. I'm Tanvi Taneja. Let's resume. Eastern Turkey is reeling under a severe cold wave, freezing rivers and transforming the region into a winter wonderland. Frost covered Europe's tallest sand dune, Dune du Pilat, in southwestern France as temperatures fell. Winter has set in across China's Beijing as families flocked to frozen lakes turned into ice rinks, with temperatures dropping well below freezing level. Fresh snowfall in Sonmarg has turned the Kashmir Valley into a winter attraction. India's northeastern state of Assam was hit by a 5.1 magnitude earthquake on Monday morning. In Guwahati's Moregaon district, no casualties were reported. Heavy snowfall in Leh on Monday led to temporary suspension of all flight operations, affecting both arrivals and departures. The India Meteorological Department said Leh recorded a minimum temperature of minus 9.6 degrees Celsius. Sub-zero temperatures have returned to the Kashmir Valley, with Srinagar recording -4 degrees Celsius on Monday. Light snowfall is expected until January 6th, especially in J&K's Doda district, bringing relief to locals and farmers. Cold wave conditions are likely to lash isolated pockets of Punjab, Haryana and Chandigarh from 6th to 8th of January, as well as in parts of West Rajasthan. In Sri Lanka's Nuwara Eliapara motoring sports have officially begun at the Gregory Lake, offering tourists a thrilling new experience in the hill country city. In Hershey, Pennsylvania, fans tossed 81,796 stuffed toys onto the ice rink during the Hershey Bears annual teddy bear toss. In Japan's Kyoto, people in traditional court costumes played the ancient ball game Kemari at Shimogamo Shrine. The game uses a deerskin ball kept in the air with foot passes. Vietnam's Diet Bed province set a Vietnamese record with a huge cultural event, the Dance of Unity by the river. Around 10,000 people joined a traditional dance, forming a giant circle over 8 kilometers long along the local roads and fields. In Vietnam, Tu Tiem and Can Temple comes alive with ceremonial drums on the 11th day of the 11th lunar month. The 300-year-old temple was recognized as a city-level historical relic in 2025. The year's first blowfish auction took place in western Japan. Cold weather firmed the fish's flesh, pushing the top price to 23,000 yen per kilogram. Tourists in Hanoi can explore Vietnam's culture at the Millennial Way of Learning event. The exhibition blends traditional dope paper festivals and contemporary art. Swimmers plunged into sub-zero waters in Harbin's frozen Songhua River on Monday, as temperatures hovered around -15 degrees Celsius. A team of Chinese astronauts have successfully undergone a round of harsh training under a caves training program administered in the mountainous area of southwest China's Chongqing municipality. Kerala's Pathanamthitta district kicked off 19th Kathakali festival on Monday. The 7-day event will feature classical performances, workshops and seminars for students and art lovers. The 31st Shri Makar Magh Kalpavas Mela began in Bhadohi, Uttar Pradesh, attracting hundreds of devotees. Participants follow a strict routine of daily Ganga baths, one meal and meditation. West Bengal artist Rupee Chitrakar has won the National Handicrafts Award 2024. She was honoured by President Draupadi Murmu in New Delhi for her ethnic scroll paintings known as Potochitro. Large crowds of pilgrims gathered at the Dwivedi Sangam in Prayagraj for the Magh Mela 2026 Shahi Snan, taking a holy dip at the sacred river confluence. Kolkata's Alipore Zoo welcomed crowds on the first Sunday of 2026. The zoo, India's oldest, spreads over 45 acres with mammals, birds and reptiles. Pinball, a classic arcade game, is enjoying a revival in Albany, Australia, delighting both long-time fans and newcomers. The game's resurgence is attracting a new generation of players. Stars from film and TV, including Paul Mescal, Jessie Buckley and Chris Perfetti, attended the Critics' Choice Awards in California on Sunday, celebrating their nominations and recognition. Hollywood star Timothée Chalamet won the Best Actor award at the 2026 Critics' Choice Awards for his performance in Marty Supreme. Frankenstein, a big-screen adaptation of Mary Shelley's classic novel, emerged as the most awarded film of the night. Also in the television category, Adolescence, a critically acclaimed drama series, dominated the awards, standing out as the top winner. BTS will release the fifth album, their first full group comeback in nearly 4 years, on 20th March. Pre-orders begin 16th January. After the album release, BTS will go on a world tour. The full tour schedule will be revealed on January 14th. At the 37th Annual Palm Springs International Film Festival Awards, Leonardo DiCaprio stressed the importance of preserving cinema, original storytelling and movie theatres amid the rise of digital content. The Hindi trailer of the upcoming Indian film Jan Neta, starring Thalapathy Vijay, Bobby Deol, Pooja Hegde and others, is out. The film will release on 9th of January. Director Rishabh Shetty has unveiled the trailer of supernatural thriller Shambhala in Hindi language. After the success in Telugu, the Adi Sai Kumar starrer is set for a theatrical Hindi release on January 9th. Legendary actors Rajinikanth, Kamal Haasan announced their collaboration for the much-awaited film Thalaivar 173. The film is slated for a grand Pongal 2027 release. The Indian silent film Gandhi Talks, starring Vijay Sethupathi and Aditi Rao Haidare, will release in cinema on 30th of January, which is the death anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi. On to sports news now. 24-time Grand Slam champion Novak Djokovic has cut ties with the Professional Tennis Players Association, the players' union he co-founded, on grounds of concerns regarding transparency and governance. Djokovic stressed that his values and approach are no longer aligned with the current direction of the organization, and now he will focus on tennis and family. In cricket, England posted 384 in the first innings of the final Ashes Test in Sydney. Australia closed the second day on 166 for 2, with Travis Head scoring 91 runs. The hosts now trail by 218 runs. Joe Root notched up his 41st Test 100 on the second day of the final Ashes Test in Sydney to go level with Australia's Ricky Ponting at joint third for most hundreds in the longest format. In soccer, Desire Doué and Ousmane Dembele marked their returns to the PSG starting 11 by securing a 2-1 win over Paris FC in League One on Sunday. Enzo Fernandez dealt a massive blow to Manchester City's Premier League title hopes with a 94th minute equaliser to snatch a 1-1 draw for managerless Chelsea at Etihad. Inter Milan claimed a commanding 3-1 home win over Bologna on Sunday to return to the top of the Serie A in what is shaping up to be an increasingly intense title race. Cameroon scored a goal in either half to see off South Africa 2-1 in the last 16 of the Africa Cup of Nations finals on Sunday and set up a quarter-final clash with the host, Morocco. Atletico Madrid could only manage a 1-1 draw at Real Sociedad on Sunday, leaving it 11 points behind La Liga leader Barcelona. Tyson Fury has come out of retirement again, announcing a boxing return in 2026. Fury last fought Alexander Usyk in 2024 and could face Joshua Usyk or Wardley on comeback. India's Senior National Boxing Championships began in Greater Noida with Amit Pangal's dominant win over Bihar's Usman Mohammad Sultan in the bantamweight division. In Women's Hockey Premier League, Ranchi Bengal Tigers defeated Ranchi Royals 1-0 in Ranchi on Sunday. In Men's Hockey Premier League, Ranchi Bengal Tigers began their Hockey India League 2025-26 season title defence with a 3-1 win over Surma Hockey Club in Chennai. India's young paddlers starred at WTT Youth Contender 2026 in Vadodara, where Cinderella Das and Sarthak Arya clinched under-19 mixed doubles title. And in chess, world champion D. Gukesh has withdrawn from Tata Steel Chess India 2026 in Kolkata due to personal reasons. Nihal Sareen will replace him in the men's event. So that's it in this edition of Express News. Thank you for tuning in. Namaskar.